everyone, today we're going to learn how to build your own PC. But before we even proceed to the step-by-step procedure, let us first know what are the parts needed. First is the motherboard, second is the graphic card, third is the core or processor, fourth is the power supply, fifth is the RAM, sixth is the CPU case, 7 is the liquid cooler, 8 is the SSD drive, and 9 is the storage drive. Now we know the parts, let us know the tools needed. First is the flat and Phillips head screwdriver. Second, if needed to tie some wires, we will use zip ties. Third is the side cutter, and fourth is the magnetic bowl to not lose any screw loose. Now we already know the tools and the parts, let us now learn the step-by-step procedure.
So the first step in installing the parts of the system to its case is to obviously prepare the case. We should take out both side panels for easier access, then put it away. We should also put away the accessories box to keep it safe.
Now let's build the most fun components. Hi, I am Fritzy Dirapal and I am going to demo to you how to prepare the motherboard. First thing to do is add a CPU socket. Install the CPU to the socket by removing the CPU cover. Push down the CPU and make it seated in the right place, but keeping your finger in it so the underspring tension prevents flipping back on you before you close the retention cover. Take out the CPU cover. Notice that the CPU has two indentations. Correlate two indentations on the socket. One way to install is to remember that Intel CPU switching is always right side up.
Motherboard install, motherboard stand-offs. Refer to your manual if the stand-offs are not pre-installed. Install your I/O shield cover if it's not already installed on the side of the motherboard. Everything must line up or else the stand-offs will ground the motherboard. Only then you can put your screws and tighten it.
Case fans. In his case, he is relocating the front vans and mounting it on the top because he's going to install the 140mm AIO. Take out the sled thingy by taking out the screws that hold it. Mount the fans to the radiator and then mount the radiator to where it's going to go. Make sure to read.
RAM installation. You orient yourself with these notches in the module that correlates with the notch in the socket. Put one module to every single slot, but if you're not running the full slots, make sure to look at your manual to know the proper orders because you have a single or a dual configuration. Consult your manual for your particular memory configuration.
the hard drive mounting, we should look at our case mounting options to determine the appropriate process. Drive cages will most often be mounted perpendicular to the bottom of the chassis, while drives mounted in the cages usually sit parallel to the bottom of the case. To secure it, we should screw at least 4 on the sides or bottom of the drive. Many cases, people use toolless trays that hold the drives with simple pins and clips. Also, try to leave as much space between them as possible to maximize airflow over the tops and bottoms. Positioning the drives directly in front of an intake fan also helps.
Storage drive or SSD mounts the SSD to anywhere you want with nice access. He mounted it at the back of the motherboard tray after taking the screws and locking it with another. And this process is called mounting.
To install it, put the power supply back to the cage. Then connect all the cables, especially the SATA cable.
Today I'm gonna show you guys how to manage power supply cables. A simple way to start planning your cable routing is to work backwards by plugging them into your components. First, once you've got the IC's cable connected, drop them back to the case using the closet cable grommets. Now that your cables are routed to the back of the case, connect them to the respective part of the PSU. And begin securing your cables with zip ties to keep them organized to the cables and bundles, hiding smaller groups of cables behind larger ones and others. There you have it. That's how you manage your power supply cables.
So I'm going to show you how to do cable management. So the first step is to attach the USB headers like the rest, power, LEDs, HD audio jack connector, the headphone and microphone to the bottom of the motherboard. Then consult the manual with the front panel connectors just in case you don't know where to put it. The second step is to attach the SATA cable to the motherboard. The last step is to manage the cables by zip tying them again to the sides.
And lastly, let us install the graphic card. First, remove the PCI extension slot covers so that there is space and access for the display port and HDMI port. Line up the lining with the slot so you can push the card into the socket until it clicks. Use your screw to tighten it. You can start the power supply now. Thank you everyone, and I hope you learned something new and you can use this in the future if you want to build your own PC. See you next time. Bye bye.